Now tell me, Nikunj, how did you go from wafers to chips bhai? And the chips are so tasty. Perfect combination.
I'm glad you're saying that. Okay, so here's the SuperYou playbook for category. We only want to operate in categories that have large demand today, existing demand. And my pitch to consumer is, I'm not changing anything. You wanted to eat a chip because you like the crunch, you like the flavor, the savory, the salt, the whatever. I will give that to you. You will not have to make a sacrifice in your expectation from a chip. But my value addition on top is that I will do that in a way that's also healthy for you. And now I'm hoping that enough people care about it, right? So for us, we've already agreed on the categories that we long-term want to be present in. We don't want to get into category creation. So a good example of that is, we'll never launch a protein croissant, for example.
Okay.
Because I don't want to teach India how to eat a croissant. कि इसको ऐसे खाते हैं, वैसे खाते हैं, here's why it should fit into your life, use it like this, use it like that. That is a job for the legacy companies, because frankly, that requires a lot of patience and a lot of money. A lot of money. It's like when you think about Kellogg's convincing India to eat breakfast cereal with cold milk. And then realizing कि 20 साल चले गए, but Indians want hot. Their mornings do not start with anything cold, no matter how much you try. And then they design the product to also work with hot milk, right? So we cannot, as a young brand, I don't think any young brand can do category creation alone. So our thing is, there are these large categories. So biscuits is a 50,000 crore category. Namkeens is a 40,000 crore category. Chips and related are another 25,000-ish crore category. Chocolates is a 20,000 crore category. And there are a few others, right? Like instant noodles and 1-2 others. Can we find very innovative solutions to multiple of these categories in the form of product that delivers on better for you without putting a hole in your pocket? If the answer to that is yes, and we can genuinely innovate on product in that manner, then you will see it from SuperYou at some point or the other. So that's the direction that we're going in. And that's why chips was the natural this thing, because our first product is on the sweet palate. India loves the savory palate. And we knew we needed to cater to the savory palate as well. And chips is a large enough market. We were able to crack the product. Just by the way, at any point, we're working on 6 category products. So 6 product categories at any point from a product development point of view. I have the next 6 categories already ready. But it's just a question of when do we launch it, how do we launch it, etc. So we just felt when we consumed the chips ourselves that, okay, this seems like it hits the spot. And then that's when we decided that we want to launch. But just to give you context of direction, it was basis market sizing and knowing that, okay, like I said, all legacy categories are open to disrupt. It's just a question of who figures out what and how.
Got it. So the playbook is pick a huge category, a guilty category, make it healthier, price it better, make it tastier, and launch.
For SuperYou, that's what it is.
Okay. Got it. Bro, आपके चिप्स में ना एक स्पेशल बात ये है कि I always wanted more मसाला. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट आई हैड लेस, सो बहुत कम मसाला होता है, हवा ज़्यादा होता है. देन आई हैड बालाजी, उसमें मसाला थोड़ा ज़्यादा होता है, और एटलीस्ट द परसेप्शन इज द सेम. देन आई हैड SuperYou का टोमेटो एंड चीज़. टोमेटो इज माई फेवरेट. Bro, it had so much masala. Then when I actually went back to Lay's, I felt like the masala was too less. So the masala optimization, was that deliberate?
No. I'll be very honest with you. Look, we make product. India may taste palate varies so much. So I'm happy that you like the cheese tomato. It's our 3rd selling flavor.
Oh shit.
I get
First
a lot
concept.
of
Blue wala.
Yeah. So top is masala, 2nd is sour cream and onion, 3rd is cheese tomato, and 4th is pudina. I get so many, you know, a lot of my friends and family who meet me say they love the pudina the most. And then I go back and look at the numbers and I'm like, why doesn't this reflect, right? But because taste can be highly subjective. Again, taste in a food business is one of those things. You want to be in that bracket. Ki love and like ke beech mein. You just can't fall below that. What I mean by that is, some people will not love the cheese and tomato for the exact reasons that you love it. So for the same reason that you like it, which is, it has so much masala, there will be someone who says, no, I don't like it has too much masala.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you want to operate within a band that more or less is there. Right? And then the rest it varies a lot. So I'll give you an example with the pudina. When we made the pudina one, there was a split vote in the office because it felt like the salt was on the higher side. I felt it was on the higher side. A lot of people liked that it was on the higher side. We launched in the market, immediately got a lot of feedback, salt is on the higher side. Then we went back and did more. So I do a lot of customer calls, and not just calls, like even if I go somewhere, I'm just constantly like asking people things about the product. We realized that people in the north really liked it.
Okay.
And people in the south didn't like it.
So people in the north wanted more salt.
They were okay with that salt.
Okay.
They found that chatpata-ness coming because of it.
Okay.
And people in the south didn't want it at all.
Okay.
Right? So now there's two options. Yeah, so we make one and one, which is impossible to do as a young brand. And then we said, okay, look, let's just find a middle ground. Let's retain the flavor, but not and reduce the salt. Because I had then heard from enough people that no, they didn't like it. And the rest is intuitive. Yeah. Like you want to just be in that band. Some people may say, no, now it's not enough salt. I don't know. But you want to be in that band, and that's what we did. So I'll give you another example of the same thing, okay? So in our wafer, what do you think is the top selling flavor? So it's strawberry.
Okay.
Strawberry is number 1. Chocolate is number 2.
I was about to say chocolate.
Yeah, so chocolate is number 2. Close second, but still it's number 2. I've seen some videos of some creators saying chocolate mein maza nahi aaya, right? And I tend to take everything very personally. So I keep going back and I irritate my product development guy a lot, saying, this person said this about chocolate, improve karo. And he's like, calm down. So then I go back and we look at the numbers and the repeats are very high. It consistently over 9 months now has been doing well, which says that there are enough people who like it as well. So we've not changed anything about it. But we've seen this with so many products. Like the chocolate, we got feedback that people found it not as sweet.
Okay.
And that's why I don't like it.
I'm actually one of them.
And some people really like it because it's not as sweet.
Okay.
And as a brand, you're like, okay, so what do you do? So, because some people will compare it directly to a wafer chocolate. And those wafer chocolates tend to be sweeter.
Yeah.
And there's multiple other things to it, but taste is like that.
Some people would compare it to the protein bar that they were having.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I did.
Have you been to a restaurant, come back with a really bad review, and then have your friend go and come back with a really good review?
No.
Okay, I've had that a lot.
Okay.
Like I've been to a restaurant twice over 6 months and had a really good review and a really bad review.
Okay.
Right? And that sometimes can happen because food palates change and so on and so forth. So I think food as a business has a little bit of that.
Like you said, taste by itself is so subjective. Is there a way to measure taste, quantify it qualitatively, quantitatively? How do you go about doing this?
There are.
Okay.
There are. The legacy companies would spend like 2-3 crores on this. We spend nothing because we don't do it. So we don't go the typical market research way.
What's the typical market research way?
You get agencies who will sit with consumer, do blind testing and say, okay, look, now with this group in Delhi, this group in Bangalore, this group in Chennai, this group in Mumbai, Pune, Calcutta, whatever. And then they'll do like this complicated Excel sheet, give you everything, right? So there are some ways of doing that. But primarily, like the way we do it is we take a large cohort of people from within office who are our TG. Yeah, so I wouldn't make a 60-year-old taste the wafer because they're not my TG, but I would make a 25-year-old and a 30-year-old try it, right? And then ask them for their feedback. And I tend to do this with at least 100 people. And the only key that I apply here is I don't do it with friends and family. So even if I do, I take their sort of feedback with a pinch of salt or a pinch of sugar because they will not be as mean. So do that with enough people. And then look, some of it you intuitively, when you're in the category as a consumer, you come to know. So I'll tell you something interesting. I had spoken to, we got the chance a few years ago, 8-9 years ago, to go see this plant in Anand of Amul. And we met, the top folks there. And we asked them, like, Amul, such a large company. You guys launch so many SKUs. How do you do it? And I thought there would be some classic, like, this complicated answer to it. He told me, देखो, हम लोग प्लांट को बोलते हैं कि ये आइडिया है, आप प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करो. वो हर ट्यूसडे या थर्सडे समडे they make like these 5-6 products. These 5-6 products come in a tray. 5-6 of them with the MD and like a few other people sit and try the products. Then they decide if this is ready for India or not.
That's it.
And their belief was, our taste is the palate of India.
Okay.
We are that consumer, so this is good enough. Now obviously there are many smart strategies where sometimes then they'll test the product under a different brand name. If it's good, if they get good feedback, they fix all their issues at the back end, then they'll switch it to Amul. So like all of those things are also there. But this was very insightful for me. In Future Consumer, you won't believe this, we had launched 500 SKUs in like 2 years, which is abnormal, okay? Like it's completely abnormal. That's almost like an SKU a day of sorts, right? And like one of the meetings that we'd done was, we'd got everyone in the team, we'd put like 20 products, everyone tried a product. We said, option A, hands up. Option B, hands up. Wherever we got more hands up, we launched. Now, there is some amount of science to this, but then there's also a little bit of just like, you should know that you're operating within a band and there's always going to be some variance. You have experts, so your product development team, they use a lot of these techniques to figure out organoleptics and things like that. So there has to be a certain amount of fat, a certain amount of XYZ for a product. It should be easy to go down. It should have the right amount of crunch. So there are a certain amount of these things that you'd constantly watch out for. But if you've been doing it long enough, it becomes a little bit intuitive as well. So now while we do that, we're also okay to go ahead much faster without spending on agencies and then being receptive to what the market is saying. So Pudina, for example, is now with less salt.
Okay.
We kind of got that feedback, made the changes, did some trials again. We feel it's at the right place now and we're going to stick to that.
Got it. Hi guys, if you loved watching this clip and if you want to do a deep dive into the podcast, we've mentioned the link in the description. So click that link, watch that podcast and take notes. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more clips.